Thank you to everybody who's listening. Welcome to this podcast. It is actually a special edition fight cast because Conor McGregor and Floyd Money Mayweather are boxing tonight. So I wanted to do a little bit of a podcast just to throw out my predictions on how it's going to go and just kind of talk about the fight in itself and what, like, most viewers, they have no boxing experience, they have no MMA experience, but we still like the sport. We still like to know what's going on, so we watch it, and we do a lot of YouTubing and all this stuff and reading up, and you can get a lot of information. So to everybody saying, oh, you've never fought before, you don't need to fight to understand some complexities of fighting. If you read about it, if you see it and then analyze it, you can get a good understanding of what's going down, and it's just an eye test. I mean, I don't understand all these boxing purists who are so adamant in trying to protect their sport. I mean, it's nothing's changed about boxing in the last 30 years. They still stand in front of each other and get punched in the head. Nobody has come in and said, you know what, let's find a different way to box. Let's try to evolve this sport. That's why I'm not really a big boxing fan. I still think it's boring. I've watched a few of them. The ones that I've watched, I watched Pac-Man and Mayweather box. But I mean, you look at it and you're just like, okay, cool. That's a lot of defensive fighting. And I mean, everybody knows Floyd is the greatest defensive fighter ever, and he uses like this type of Philly shell that he uses, and he keeps his left arm down. He rolls with his punches, and then he's got his right ready to bang anytime somebody misses. So you watch it, and then it's just boxing is just not as exciting as MMA. MMA just has so many opportunities to do something. You've got the ground game, you've got wrestling into the ground game. You got jiu-jitsu. You've got all these type of chokeholds, all these type of cranks, all these types of arm bars, and all these types of it's martial arts. It's something special. Boxing is one aspect of the sport, and I think striking is the same. I think Conor will go in. Conor's going to feel out how Floyd is fighting. I think Floyd is actually going to get the better of the first round, and that's just because he's experienced. That's what he does. He boxes. He's a boxer. That's all he does. So I think he's actually going to get a pretty good, first round. He's going to tee off on Conor for a little bit. But I think during the second round, that's when Conor's going to come back. He's going to start understanding what's going on. He's going to stay in the middle, and he's just going to start picking apart Floyd. And then in the third round, I think that's where you're going to get the knockout from Conor. If he doesn't get that knockout in the third round, then it's the fourth. If he doesn't get past the fourth, I think he does a good job. I don't think he's going to get destroyed like what everybody thinks he is, all the boxing professionals. And they're kind of closed-minded. Boxing purists think they need to protect the sport, like I said before, and it's really stupid hearing all these boxing professionals and analysts saying, oh, Conor has no chance. This is fighting. If you're in sports combat, if you're in fight combat, you're gonna fight. Anybody has a chance. So I think Conor he's 5'9". He's definitely an inch taller than Floyd. You can tell it from the weigh-ins. You can tell it from all that stuff. He's got 74-inch reach. He's going to be about 170 pounds when he fights. Probably 168. I don't think he gets to 170, but he's going to be the bigger man. He's going to be smart. And that's the thing about this fight goes down to both of them being smart fighters. They have high fight IQs. That's why Floyd is the way he is. He's 49-0 for a reason. It's because his brain is what makes him a great fighter. And I think a lot of fighters in boxing and in MMA, they don't put that aspect into their game. They just want to throw punches and throw kicks and do all that stuff. But the top of the top, they use their brains. They're smart. They know what they're doing because they're thinking about the next step. Both of them do it well. Conor does it well. And I think that's why they're going to both be fighting each other mental-wise. The end game is the mental game. So whoever comes out on top, just use their brain better. They were able to attack here, pull off here, block here. And, when I watch Conor fight, his reflexes are amazing. And in MMA, so I believe that's going to translate for sure. Obviously, Floyd has that same thing too because he doesn't get hit much. So he's got his reflexes, but we'll see how his age has diminished his reflexes. We'll see what what that does, and I think it's gonna be a good fight. I don't think a lot of people think it's gonna be a good fight. The betting is towards Conor just because if you bet on him, you know you're gonna make money if he wins, and if you're betting, you have money already, so it doesn't really matter. So that's why the betting lines are so good because just nobody gives Conor a chance. Again, when we go back to boxing in itself and the purists who are saying that Conor has no chance, I think it's ignorant. I think it's stupid, and you got two men in the ring throwing bombs at each other. Everybody has a chance. Everybody has a chance. It's a fight. Floyd has a 72-inch reach, which is good, all things considered. He's 5'8", and he's got a 72-inch reach. That is a good amount of reach, and that kind of helps him with the fact that that's why he's 49-0. That's a good attribute to have 72 inches reach at being only 5'8". Conor's got 74-inch reach. He's 5'9". The last time he fought was in November, I believe, against Eddie Alvarez, and he smoked Eddie. He's got youth on his side, and the physicality and the physicals, like all of that goes towards Conor. He's younger, he's stronger, he's got reach, he's got timing, he's got all this stuff. But we'll see how Floyd reacts to it. He has been here for a lot. He's done a lot, but I think this fight is I don't think he wins this fight. I think Conor takes the fight. He takes the fight in 3 rounds. Like you said, he's gonna fill out the first 2 rounds, and then the third round, in those 3 minutes, he'll find a way to knock him out. That's my prediction. He's gonna win in a 3rd round knockout of Floyd Mayweather, and he's gonna get his hands raised at the end of the day. Everybody's gonna make excuses tomorrow, though. Guarantee you that everybody's gonna make excuses. But you got to give Conor his dues. He came into this sport 3 years ago, and he's totaled the featherweight division. He's destroyed the champion in the lightweight division, and he's the only fighter to have 2 belts at the same time. And not only that, he called out arguably the best boxer that we've ever seen, that we've ever known, and he has a fight with him. That deserves some type of praise. That deserves some type of recognition. Nobody's ever done it. The confidence of Conor McGregor is amazing. He believes himself, and he makes other people believe in him. That's just how amazing he is. He will talk, and he will make sure that you know that he believes in himself, that you should believe in himself. He gives you no reason to not believe in him. This time around, I think Floyd understands he's 40. I know he's still confident. He's fighting for a reason because he's confident. He knows that he can still do it. So it's a battle. It's definitely, again, it's a battle of mental power. Who's more confident? Who's able to go out there and actually do it? That's why this fight is so interesting. And like Oscar is saying, this fight is a disrespect to boxing. Boxing is nothing now. Nobody really cares about boxing. It's because everybody knows that boxing's been here for a long time, that they don't know anything else, so they stick with it. Oh, boxing is great. They're throwing punches wrong. Oh, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, when you look at boxing, they haven't evolved. They still take too many punches to the head. They still move forward. They don't show any type of movement that says, you know what, if you're punching here, I'm going to go here. I'm going to change my stance. I'm going to change how I move. It's the same orthodox boxing. And it's just, that's why a lot of fights go 12 rounds. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gone into making it better. It's the same thing. And boxing is already trash right now. It is trash. It's the boxing world and the judges, it's trash. So Oscar and all these boxing purists, they can talk however they want, but the truth is, boxing is trash already. Boxing needs Conor McGregor, and it needs fights like this. So again, that's what I'm predicting. Conor third round knockout of Floyd in the third round, and he's gonna flatline him, and it's gonna be amazing when that goes down.